Hi beauties, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. For today, it's right around summer. It's not quite summer yet, but I mean it's like summer weather. We're going through a heat wave here in LA, so I want to break out in some color and have some fun with this look. So this is going to be a beautiful color blocking look. If you guys are interested in seeing how this look comes out and how to create this look, then please stay tuned. Don't forget to like my video, comment below, let me know if you guys are feeling the look, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe. Hey, subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. Alright, we're gonna start off using this Louise base, and this is in the Rumor Zero, and this is just a white base, and we're just blending that out right now to make sure that the colors pop, since we know that this is going to be a colorful look. Now I'm going into DD Signature's Apple 2 palette, and we're going to go into this red and this burgundy color and mix the two. And I'm doing a tapping motion going into the crease and into the outer V, just creating the shape that I want for this eye. So I want to first shape the eye, and then as I get the intensity up to where I want it to be, we will start to blend and feather it out. Just take your time with this part. I'm going back and forth within the two colors to make sure that I get the gradient that I want. So right now, as you can see, I went back into the darker color, which was the burgundy, and then I'll go back over it with the red, back and forth until it looks exactly how I want it to be. And now I'm blending a little bit with the red just to feather it out and start to drag it out the outer V into the shape that I want it to be. I don't want it to be too blown out, but I do want it to be blown out. So be gentle on this part. Don't be really rough with it. You just really want to gently blend out the color in order to get the gradient that you want. So you want it to go from dark to lighter to lighter. And then once you have the color where you want it to be as far as the intensity, get a nice fluffy blending brush and start to blend it out. And as you can see, it automatically creates this halo with like a feathered effect. So it's kind of just feathering it out and just making that gradient look beautiful. Now we're going into the blank canvas. This is a thicker base from Louise, and we're going to use this for the cut crease just because it will help to make the colors more intense. And I like to use this to create cut creases because the thickness just helps you to get a more precise line. So I'm just tapping and doing tapping motions as I create the cut crease. And then going into this peach palette, which is one of the minis from DD Signature, and I'm adding the peach color onto the middle of my lid, and it is very pigmented. As you can see, it looks so good. Now we're going back into the Apple 2 palette and going into this green color, and we're going to add that to the front of the eye, and we're just pretty much creating a color blocking situation and just making sure that we make this beautiful and colorful. And I just love the way the colors come together with this look. So these are not probably the general colors you would normally use, but I'm loving it. I'm now blending the green up into the front of the eye and into the red, and just giving it a gradient even in the crease. So where we have the crease already set up in the front, I want it to be green and fade into the red. So I'm just going into the green and blending it out, and then going back into a little bit of the red and blending it until all of it comes together and looks nice and cohesive. Now I'm adding a little bit of the burgundy color on the outer V, and I'm just blending that into the yellow so that everything looks nice and seamless and everything comes together. And I'm literally just tapping it on first. I always tap first and then start to blend. And now I saw the colors kind of fading out, so I'm going back into the green in the front once more. Now I decided to add this beautiful sparkly mermaid scales color from Lashing Out Glam, and I'm adding that to the front of my eye. It is a beautiful, glittery, sparkly color, and I thought this would look really beautiful on the cut crease. So we're adding that to the front just to give it a little glitter pizzazz and to just turn up the color on this look. The green color was a little darker than I actually wanted it to be, so that's why I decided to go ahead and go into this sparkly, beautiful mermaid scales color. It's like a graffiti liner from Lashing Out Glam, and it's just beautiful. It's like a topper that you can put on any shadow to make it just look amazing. Now this is a Lashing Out Glam adhesive, because now we're going to go into this beautiful glittery color called Pixie from Lashing Out Glam, and we're going to add it using this applicator. Literally, you use the tiniest bit of the liquid and tap it where you want to put the glitter, and as you can see, the glitter sticks perfectly. You see there's barely any fallout, and it just looks beautiful. And I thought this pixie color with the dimensions that it had would look amazing in the inner corner. And then I was like, you know what, let me just add a little bit more sparkle into the sparkle that we already put with the mermaid scales, and I loved it. And then I decided to just kind of line out the front with the liner that we have, the mermaid scales, just so that everything looks nice and cohesive. Now I decided in the outer part of the eye where I put the burgundy, I'm actually at the end of the cut crease going to add the brighter red. So as you can see, I'm adding the brighter red, and then I'm blending the burgundy into the brighter red. That looks beautiful. It's giving me tropical punch vibes, and I'm here for it. And bam, both eyes are done. Going in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Matte Oil Control Lotion, and we are going to just mattify the skin. Then going into Oil Control Pore Minimizing Serum from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I love this because it leaves the skin very soft and moisturized and sticky. And then I'm going in with my Chalk Dust Powder from the crayon case and just tapping that around the face to set that. Now I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Foundation, and I'm going to place this in all the areas where I'm not going to put the highlighting contour. So I'm literally just tapping it out, and I only used one pump for this look. This foundation is super full coverage, and it is a really, really beautiful foundation. And I'm just tapping around the areas and making sure that I get the coverage that I want before blending it in. Now I'm going in with the Too Faced Cookie Concealer, and of course adding that to all the areas where I want to highlight, and making sure that I go over the areas where I put some of the foundation as well, because sometimes I just want to mix the two. And then I'm going into Juvia's Place Zombia, and I'm adding this as my contour, and this is a foundation stick, but it works very well as a contour. Now we're going to add a little bit of the P. Louise Base in Winter Rose as a cream blush. I like to use my bases for multiple things. And then we're blending our foundation. So just take your time and tap the areas where you put the foundation, and just blend that out. So we're going to use different brushes for each different thing that we have on our face. Now we're going in with our contour brush, and I'm just blending out the contour. Don't worry about if the blush, you know, kind of gets on the brush a little. It's all going to be blended anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm just worried about getting this nice and seamless. So just take your time as you're blending, and blend up. Do not blend down. You do not want to go underneath where you have blended the contour. Just take your time, y'all. Take your time. Get that nose, snatch it. I love it. Beautiful. And now we're going to go ahead and start to blend our blush. To blend the blush, I'm literally just tapping it, and it taps out so beautifully, and it's not like too pigmented. It's just like the perfect color. So if you have P. Louise bases and you don't use them often, it feels like you're going to have them forever, find multiple uses for them. They could be used for the lips, could be used for blush. You can find different things you can do with them so that you don't end up wasting it, or, you know, having it forever and then expire and it not work well. I just try to find multiple uses. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend out my concealer. So I'm blending, of course, underneath the cheekbone and making sure to define where I have that contour. And when I'm done going through and blending all of the concealer, I'm actually going to go back in with my brush that I contoured with to make sure that I don't lose the definition from blending out the concealer. So as you can see, I'm just tapping. Making sure to keep that nice and chiseled. Blending under the eye. Making sure to sharpen that line where the shadow is with the concealer. And I'm going to the sides of the nose to contour. When you contour, you want to go on the sides of the nose with the concealer. And when you blend it, you really just want to tap it out because you don't want to lose your coverage. And if you swipe, then it will shear it out. So I'm just tapping for the most part. Right here where I'm defining the line for the shadow, I swiped because I really don't need it to be that concentrated there. I just need that to be nice and precise. And of course, going to the sides of the nose once again to get that contour looking right. And now we're going to get that forehead. Everything is looking nice and blended. We love it here. We love it here. Blending out the bridge of the nose. And you can see that nose contour already. And now I'm going in with my contour brush without adding any product and just going over the contoured areas to make sure everything is blended and seamless. Now that that's done, we're going in with the chalk dust powder and the letter A once again, using a nice big fluffy brush and just tapping that all over the face to set everything and make sure that everything is in place. And I use a very, very thin amount for this portion because we will be highlighting and contouring with powders. So I'm going in with the flower powder now, implanting from Beauty Bakery, and tapping that underneath the eyes to set the highlight. And of course, bringing that to all the areas where I have highlighted. So underneath the cheekbone, around the mouth. Now it's time to contour. So we're going in with the Composition Notebook from the crayon case. And we are going to go through Bricky and Bobby and just blend out our contour and make sure that that looks nice and defined. You can already see the chisel, honey. Look at the chisel. Yes. Get that nose together. Let's snatch it. Go down the jawbone because this is going to help define everything and make it look chiseled. And then we want to brighten. So I'm going in with the cassava from Beauty Bakery. And I'm just adding that underneath the eye, making sure that it looks nice and brightened. And whatever was left, I just used around the rest of my face, but I didn't add more product. And I like to add a little bit extra, as you can see, underneath the eyes, because now I'm adding my bottom shadow. And I went back in with the burgundy and the red and just blended that with a crease brush just to make sure that that looks nice and blurred. Because I have lines under my eyes, I like to blend out and smoke out my bottom lash line. And having the extra powder is catching any fallout. So we're just going to take our time. That looks so good. Now we're going to go in with our Inglass 77 liner and put that into the waterline and smolder out this bottom lash line. And then I decided to add a little bit of the Inglass 77 liner at the top of my eye and put it as a black liner. And then it didn't have to be perfect, like of course get it as close as possible, but I know that I'm going to go over this with my burgundy shadow so that it just all is cohesive. So I just took my time and stamped into the shadow and stamped that over the liner, and it made everything go together seamlessly. So it's not going to actually have a wing, but it's going to fade into the shadow in the outer V. So as you can see, I'm just taking my time and stamping that until everything looks nice and blended. Perfect. Now I'm just blending away the excess powder to make sure that we get off that fallout off, and also just blending it away so that it's not sitting too long and my face doesn't get all nice or get all dry and crusty. And as you can see, everything is looking so nice and just chiseled and highlighted and contoured, so I am loving it. Now we're going to go into our coffee liner from e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is an eyeliner, but I like to use it for my brows because I have very sparse brows. This will actually help everything look nice and thick. And so when I use my pencil, sometimes if I don't use this or something that is thicker like this, it will still look kind of sparse even when it's filled in because I don't have hair in certain areas. So this is going to just help everything look nice and thick. And then I'm going to go back in and find areas where I need to use my precise brow pencil to just fill it in and make it a little thicker. So as you can see, once I brush through the product, it shears it out and it looks way more natural and like real brow hairs. And as you can see with the precise brow pencil, I'm now going in and I am shaping out the brow and going into any areas where I feel like I need to add more product. And just making sure that I get the brow looking exactly how I want it to be. And then to shear out the product once again, I go in with my spoolie on the precise brow pencil and just make sure to brush through. And then we just clean the brows up and they look snatched. Look at that before and after already before we even finish the snatchage. Yeah, that's a word, y'all. So as you can see, we're just tapping that concealer out. Just making sure not to go in too much with it. Perfect. Looking good, looking good. And then I went in with my little blending brush and just fanned it out a little bit more so that the red color didn't get lost in the concealer. I didn't want it to be too intense, so I didn't add any additional product. I just blended what was already there. And made sure to get any additional product that may have fallen. Now these are the Yoxic lashes, and this is in Quarantine and Chill. First I'm going to put on my brow glue though from NYX Cosmetics to set the brows. Then we're going to add those lashes using the duo glue and putting on our mascara first to make sure that the lashes are nice and coated. Now we're going in with Quarantine and Chill. These beautiful lashes are like the perfect lash. They're not too much and they're like right where you want them to be. They add just the amount of pizzazz we need. And now I'm going in with the Bottom Line mascara from Lashing Out Glam and adding that to my bottom lashes to get those popping. Adding my Quarantine and Chills, and my lashes are looking good. Now going in with the blush binder, I want to bronze up, and I'm going in with the reddish color on the first page and blending it with the dark brown color and creating a perfect bronzing color. So this is bringing color back to the face. After you highlight and contour, things look kind of flat, and this is just going to add the glow that we need. Now I'm using the sponge now to clean up underneath the cheekbones and to just make sure that everything is nice and chiseled. And I literally used what was left on the sponge. I didn't have to add anything more. Then I'm going in with the e.l.f. blotting powder. I like to use this all over my face to make sure that if anything looks too intense, it will mute it. And it also just makes everything look nice and airbrushed. So I absolutely love this as a finishing powder. And then I'm going in with the Hype Beauty blush called Dreamy. It's a beautiful peachy blush that has a nice highlight to it, and I think it looks so beautiful. Not too much. Then I'm going in with Lashing Out Glam Princess Cut and adding this highlight to the highest point of my cheekbones, on my nose and bridge, and on the Cupid's bow. That looks beautiful. We are shining, honey. Yes. Now we're going to go in with Lashing Out Glam King Lipstick, and I am adding that around the lips as a liner. Now we're going in with Corvette. This is a new gloss from the Dimensions line with Lashing Out Glam. It is a duochrome, so it has different color reflex as you turn, and it is a beautiful, beautiful gloss. And I wanted to add that. It was a little more sheer than I wanted it to be. I wanted to add some more colors because it is considered a topper. So I was like, you know what? Let me put on the color that I want first and then put the topper on top like I'm supposed to, right? So this is Muse, a beautiful rosy pink gloss from Lashing Out Glam. And I'm adding that to the center to add just a little bit more of a pink hue. And I think it looks so beautiful. Then I decided I wanted it to be a little bit more peachy. So we went in with Georgia Peach from Lashing Out Glam. These are all from Lashing Out Glam, you guys. These glosses are absolutely beautiful, super opaque, and super just comfortable on the lips. And I just made this apricot colored nude lip now, which I think is gorgeous. And I'm going back over the topper with Corvette. Like I said, I wanted to add that back on top so that we have the reflex of the dimensions on top of this beautiful lip. And then add a little bit more Cupid's bow highlight to get that nice and popping. And we are here. We have arrived, and I love it. This is beautiful, you guys. Oh, bam. And there she goes. Here we are with the final look, you guys. This is so beautiful. I'm so here for it. This exceeded my expectations, and I hope it did yours as well. Alright, beauty, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I wanted to do something colorful because it's about summer time. It's getting hot and it's time to explore with color. Summer, I think, is the time where you can really go all out with the colors and have fun because it's time to get colorful. It's time to feel those sun rays and just have fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you would rock this look. Let me know if you are feeling it. I am feeling it so much. I think it is absolutely stunning. For this look, we did use the DD Signature palette. This is an apple palette, and it has like a little magnet. It has like a mirror on this side, and this is the palette that is absolutely beautiful. We actually also used the peach palette from DD Signature, which is one of the minis, and look at how beautiful this palette is. So pretty. So we used those two palettes to create the eyes, and for the shimmer we went into the Lashing Out Glam glitter that you see all over the eye right here. That is absolutely beautiful from the Dimensions, and it is gorgeous. It just completely stepped the look up. So I am so here for it. For the lashes, we used the Quarantine and Chill from Yoxic Lashes, and they are absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love these lashes. I think they're the perfect amount of drama without not being too much. So I'm here for it. I love how everything looks. I feel like it looks nice and fresh. I haven't done makeup in a while, so I was getting a little nervous because, you know, when you don't do makeup for a while, sometimes you be like doing steps out of order and it just don't come out right. But I think this came out so beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. Please let me know, like, comment below, and let me know if you would rock this look, and let me know if you're feeling it. Let me know what your summer plans are now that today is the first day that we open back up in California. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Subscribe. Hey, subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to be your own kind of beautiful, because there's only one you. Bye.